Hello and welcome back to the Tin Barn. I'm Pragmatic Lee, and today's video is just going to be a quick little tidbit or tip on setting your compound on your lathe. I was getting set up for another project I'm about to do, and I realized that what it took to set up this compound may be of interest to you. There are lots of videos out there on YouTube showing how to use trigonometry, various other things to get your compound set at the desired angle. They're all good videos. The trick I'm going to show you today, if anybody has done a video on it, I've not seen it. I'm not saying there's not a video showing how to do this, because I can't imagine I'm the first one that ever come up with this. But you may be thinking, well, why don't you just swing your compound around and read the potentiometer, read the protractor, not potentiometer, the protractor that's on your compound. Well, let me zoom in down here, show you a little bit about this setup before I completely take it down, and show you why it's not as simple as just setting it to the value on the protractor. Okay, here's why it's not quite as easy as just setting your compound to the markings on the protractor. My lathe has no markings. This is a Precision Matthews 1127 large bore lathe, but I suspect most of the lathes of this generation, import lathes this size, have probably got this same issue right here. Now, if we come to the other side of 90 degrees, we've got a scale. Hopefully you can see it. It goes from 0 to 90 degrees there, and if it were turned around, we'll go to 90 degrees in the other way, the other direction. Now, because it doesn't have a scale beyond 90 degrees here, this has presented a problem for me in the past in trying to cut internal threads. We know when we're cutting external threads, we're setting over here at 30 degrees. Let me get these loosened a little more. We're setting to 30 degrees this side of 90. To cut internal threads, we need to go to the other side. But there's no scale down here. So I'm going to get the camera reset, probably an overhead view, get all this that I've got in the lathe now, workpiece, get it out, and show you how we can set this compound. All right, I got you in an overhead position now so that you can see the lathe chuck and the plane to work is normally on, the cross slide and the compound. Other than the 17 millimeter wrench that I need to change the position of the compound or the cross slide, we need one other tool, and that's this simple protractor. You can find them for a few dollars at Tractor Supply, available eBay, anywhere. I'm sure you probably already got one of these anyhow. I said Tractor Supply, I meant Harbor Freight. But we want a 30-degree angle to cut threads. So I set that at 30 degrees. Now, disclaimer I probably should have made is for this trick, tidbit, or tip to work, you need a compound with square corners. You need a squared off compound that you will find on more of the modern lathes, not so much on the earlier lathes from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, but something like this with square corners and also a square tool holder block, quick change tool block, or doesn't matter if it's quick change or not. But we got this set at the 30 degrees. So I'm going to set this over here where hopefully you can see it. See what I'm doing? I'm putting this flat edge up against the compound. Now I'm going to turn my tool post to match the angle. and lock it down. Locking the tool post down now. Again, I've got this edge of the protractor, the straight edge right here, up against the compound, and the arm, I have adjusted the tool holder to match it. Now we can set our tool off to the side, get our wrench out, loosen up the hold down bolts, and I'm going to use the chuck to hold one of my 1, 2, 3 blocks. Just use two of the jaws. All I'm interested in is a third hand here. Just to help me hold this in place. Just want to be sure it's flush up against the chuck. Now we simply bring our cross slide, compound, carriage, the whole works, bring it up and swing in this, with these bolts loose now, we swing this until and you can feel that when it squares up, and we tighten down. Now from times past, I know I've got a mark under here. Yes, I'm at 30 degrees. And as a matter of fact, I'm about 1 degree off. I've tested this several different ways. This method proves to be even better, even more accurate than the protractor on my compound itself. So now I'm set at that angle. All right, let me take this back out, and let's say we wanted to set up for 30-degree inside thread. Again, we leave that, if we know this is the proper angle for the external thread. So if we were to move this around now, we know we got to go past 90. Somewhere in this area right here is what we'd be looking for. But remember, my protractor under here does not have any scale markings once I pass 90 degrees. So I'm going to snug this down now. And the fact that I'm beyond 90 degrees here, instead of using 30 on my tool, I'm going to use the complement of 30, which is 60. That's the only math you've got to remember from high school geometry or trigonometry or whatever, is the complement of any angle is 90 degrees minus that angle. So the complement of 30 degrees is 60 degrees. So now I did the same thing. Let me get back down here where you can see what I'm doing. I'll set that up there and swing my, let's see, I'm going to want one. See, I'm setting this flat surface against a flat surface here. Getting those two angles set up, or getting that single angle set up on the two planes. Tighten that down. Now with the compound around here, this 1, 2, 3 block may not be long enough. Let's see if it will. Yeah, it'll go in there. And just that simple, I'm set up now for the compound for internal threads. All right, one more thing I guess I should point out. It should go without saying, but I'm going to point it out anyhow in regards to this. Remember, we set this block at our corresponding angle to our compound. Then we squared this block up to our chuck and locked it down. Once we've done that, we can set this at any angle we want to be sure our get a tool that fits a little easier. But we want our cutting tool to address the work at pretty much the 90 degree of what we're going to be cutting. So we can move this anywhere we want to. Again, take care. I'll see you on the next video.